My name's Harold Caborn and I'm the proprietor of White Rose Modelworks, and we make baseboards, sell track, all scenics. Basically, we get you started in model railways. We've been making model railway baseboards commercially for approximately 7 years. Civil engineering work in which we were basically engaged has started to dry up. We advertised for model railway baseboards in the railway modeller, and since this time we've been engaged in model railways, and it has gradually grown into the main part of the business. A good baseboard should at all times remain flat. Everything is made from board materials initially, be it the surface, the sides, anything that is in the support. The top is 9mm moisture resistant MDF. The downstand sides are also moisture resistant MDF. We think it's probably the most stable material on the market that's made out of wood. We don't compromise on any quality on the materials at any time. At all times we will aim to keep this baseboard flat for its existing life, or the total length of its life, and that could be maybe 20-30 years. All the jointing is done on set machines that are all dedicated to one particular joint or a particular series of joints. We invariably use interlocking joints where possible, and all the joints are glued and pinned using either PVAs or PUs or a mixture of both. This again gives strength and stability where it's required. The MDF is from Southern Ireland by Bedale. All the polystyrene is made in Hull and cut locally. All the fittings within these are made in Britain where possible, if not they're European, so that we know exactly where the product is made. By this means we can make sure that the quality is always high.
Rather than just having tracks everywhere.
Normally a client comes in and most of them will have some idea of what track plan he wants to do. By putting that sort of configuration, it's going to make it easy to put that in.
Okay.
If we come across parts of that track plan which we think is unworkable, we'll tell him.
Yeah, sort of counted on a gentle, well, not too much of a steep slope there. I could just put retaining walls.
You put retaining walls in a... Probably the most frequent thing that we come across is people trying to put locomotives up too steep a gradient. They're always warned, we always try and put them away from this so that the gradient is not too steep for the locomotives they've chosen to use. Diesel locomotives go up anything. Some of the lightweight steam locomotives have a job to lift themselves up. Some people just want baseboards so that they can spread the track onto them, and they'll come up with a track plan when they've got the baseboards. They've got the space, they look to fill part of that space with boards and then build the track plan up from there. Generally speaking, it's much easier now with the materials available and with the components available to start with a perfectly flat baseboard and work the contours uphill from there. If you want deep valleys or deep river beds, yes, we have a component in our system that drops the baseboard down. The spirals were developed from seeing ideas in American magazines, then making one for myself. All the support is done by aluminium tube, and that is threaded down nylon threaded bar. We now produce a standard set of components that will give us about 8 different diameters of spiral. Each of these pieces of the spiral are the same, and so it can be built up ad infinitum just by taking one set segment. The furthest bit of kit we've sent is into Brazil, but we've also sent stuff over the pond to New York State, where the largest spiral we've ever made is in operation.